In other news, the risk management consultancy Riskonet Africa is warning organizations to reassess security protocols due to what it describes as a sharp rise in the number of kidnappings in our country reported in the last year. According to the second quarter crime statistics released last month, more than 4,000 cases of kidnapping were reported to police between July and September 2022. We're joined now by Volker van Widdern, the head of strategic risk practice at Riskonet Africa. Volker, good afternoon to you. Why do you believe kidnappings are suddenly becoming such a much bigger problem so quickly?
Good evening, Stephen, and to your viewers. The issue possibly is an economic crisis and perhaps another form of access to assets and currency.
So you're suggesting that it's a crime that people are maybe not being driven to, but there are easy opportunities to make money.
Yeah, it seems that extortion and that kind of crime is rising very quickly. And it's much more successful or easier to convert to cash than perhaps other forms of crime.
Do we know who is doing this? I mean, these must be pretty organized networks. To kidnap someone successfully and return them safely and get money for doing it actually means that you have to have quite a few people doing it. They have to be armed and you all have to trust each other. So there has to be organization.
Well, Stephen, our construction mafia and other syndicates and many others, perhaps in the cigarette and liquor contraband areas, have been running for decades. And this is really just a change of market. People really are well entrenched here. There are issues about the integrity of policing and or follow-up. So this is really like another business model, and we need to be a lot more careful about what happens. I think, just to expand, the impact on the individuals is what we're all thinking about, but we also think from a strategic point of view of the loss of key persons out of businesses. So if you had the loss of a managing director or an owner of a business, the business could suffer and employment could suffer, or the business growth prospects could also suffer as a result of that. So it is a system.
How can people protect themselves from kidnapping?
They've got to be very careful about their profiles. I'm not speaking as a security expert, but one has to be very careful about one's profile, what your perceived wealth may be, where the cash or otherwise may be lay in your business. And this intelligence is gathered over time. So it's going to be very careful. Perhaps, flashy cars or shopping expeditions or jewelry are no longer the priority. And people really who are wealthy are keeping low key now because they really don't want to attract that kind of attention.
Volker, thank you. Volker van Widdern, the head of strategic risk practice at Riskonet Africa.